Hello, I'm Harry Welty. I'm a candidate for the Duluth School Board, one of 4 excellent candidates hoping to serve the public for the next 4 years, taking care of our children. I'm going to start out by reading a book, which is something I did in hundreds of classrooms in front of thousands of students for the first 8 years that I was on the Duluth School Board. And this is one of my favorites and one that kids loved. I'm only going to read a couple of pages. It's Me First by Helen Lester, and I'm going to read it in the indubitable Harry Welty way. And you can see there's a sandwich in here, but you're not going to get to her in this story because you're only going to get the first few pages. This is a story about a pig, and there are so many good pigs in children's stories. Pinkerton. Pinkerton was pink, plump, and pushy. He would do anything to be first, even if it meant bouncing off bellies, stepping on snouts, or tying tails. "Me first!" he cried when he had been last in line but finished first down the slide. "Me first!" he cried at story time, settling on his big round bottom with his big head stuck right smack into the book. And every day at the school troughateria, "Me first!" would ring out, and there was Pinkerton. We read stories like this to children because it tells them a little bit about the world and about how to be. And if you can't guess, being first all the time is not what Helen Lester is writing about here. It's a lesson in life, the kind of lessons that Aesop told with his stories or Jesus with his parables. I left the school board the first time thinking I'd done a pretty good job because we had the best student-to-teacher classroom ratio in the state. Every child that lived farther than a mile from school was bused there, and I left with a 10% budget reserve. But the thing that we really are trying to do is educate our children. And if we look around the national landscape right now, being first seems to be a priority for some people who don't really care much about our schools, and that's why I'd like to be back on it. I want to protect our schools and our students, and I've had a long history of doing that in the past. As I said, there are 4 great candidates for the school board. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I will tell you. You can vote for 2, but you could also vote for just 1. Make sure it's an excellent choice. Thank you much.